Has it been a disappointing 1 year for Akhilesh Yadav as Chief Minister? Do tell us what you think. And in fact, if you have an iOS or an Android application on your iPad or iPhone or whatever phone that you're using, you can download the NDTV app. You can go onto our second screen, which is within that app, and you can tell us which question you'd like us to ask. The panelists will take a few questions a little later in the program. Do vote on the questions you'd like us to ask. Well, joining us on the panel tonight, we have two members of the Samajwadi Party with us this evening, Mr. Kamal Farooqi and Gaurav Bhatia. Our two commentators tonight, Aarti Jairath and Diptosh Majumdar. Also from the Congress Party, senior leader Rita Bahuguna Joshi joins us from Lucknow, and Meenakshi Lekhi from the BJP will be joining us shortly. Let me first ask the Samajwadi Party, and I'll take this to Mr. Farooqi first. Let's take a look at this latest incident with Raja Bhaiya. He's been named in this FIR for conspiracy to murder. There's a feeling that the police are shielding him today. They say that they cannot arrest him right now. He was forced to resign. There's a feeling that he's resigned, but he's eventually going to come back and there'll be no action against him.
First of all, let me tell you that there is no question of shielding anybody. But of course, lawyers would be in a better position to explain you the sections of the law. But as far as my little knowledge goes about the law, he is not being named as directly as the murderer of the whole thing. He is being named as one of the persons.
In the conspiracy.
It's in the conspiracy. In this conspiracy, unless this is being established, I am told that perhaps you cannot arrest him. But as far as arresting is concerned, and we have asked CBI to please take up the whole thing at an earliest date. If this is being established, I assure you that he will not be spared. If at all there is it's a need, he will be arrested immediately. There is no kind of relief to him as far as this thing is concerned. But the only thing is, we have to take the proper legal action. That is what this is my little knowledge about the whole thing. Number one. Number two is, please understand, yes, I have been repeating this, that we are ashamed whatever has happened day before yesterday. And nobody would like to have this kind of atmosphere in the state, which has given us the mandate to not only maintain the law and order, but even the development also. During the last 1 year, definitely there has been lots and lots of improvement as far as the other things are concerned.
But as far as the law and order,
yes, as far as the law and order is concerned,
you admit that that's been
yes, there has been some problems. We are resolving it, and I'm pretty sure that it's a very, very big jolt to all of us, including the young Chief Minister.
Okay.
It's a big jolt to us, and whatever corrections are required, we are taking the corrections. Even our Chief Netaji has said to the Honorable Chief Minister, and this day before yesterday incident definitely has shocked all of us. And
so you are at least candid enough to admit it is a big jolt to the Samajwadi Party, and that this might be a wake-up call for you. Let me take this to Rita Bahuguna Joshi. Rita Bahuguna, is the Congress still planning ahead to go ahead, and have some kind of a march if Raja Bhaiya is not arrested in the next couple of weeks? You've said today that you'll have a march from Kunda to Lucknow. Are you still going to go ahead with that? Are you raising the pitch on this issue, or are you going to wait and see what the CBI does?
No, I think I'm being misunderstood. We are not taking any names. The only demand of the Congress Party is that the people who have been named in the FIR, the government should proceed speedily and take a decision as to how many and who should be arrested. And it should be to the satisfaction of the assassinated or killed CEO's wife and his family. So we are wanting action and effective action in this matter. And our state president, Dr. Nirmal Khatri, has declared today that in case the people who have been named in the FIR are not arrested, within 15 days, the Congress Party will take a march from Kunda to Lucknow. So I repeated his decision. Now the question is, you see, the entire state is watching. It's a litmus test for this government. Because this government, though it is a fourth or fifth time that the Samajwadi has come into government, but it was the first time that a young member of the Samajwadi Party, with whom people have lots of hopes, has taken over reins. And it is a perception that Akhileshji's attitude and his thought process is different from the established thought process of the party. And if he does not take action which will satisfy the people, or which will be to the satisfaction of the people, then I think he is a loser. And it is the government which is to be evaluated on the basis of how they act in this case. Now, I was hearing Samajwadi Party. You see, they say we have referred it to the CBI. Now, the CBI could take 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks to take up the case. Until then, They have to investigate the case. They have to pin down who is a culprit and who should be arrested, who should be not. Then they should not, slow down on this. They should immediately start investigating, and within a week's time, they should establish who is not involved, and they should take action. So you see, they cannot just...
Okay, I just want to ask Gaurav Bhatia though. Okay,
until the IO changes, the IO changes, they have to continue with the investigation and take a decision.
Okay, Gaurav Bhatia,
nobody stops them from,
when you see an incident like this,
from arresting culprits.
Okay, Gaurav Bhatia, two things. One, is there a deliberate go-slow on Raja Bhaiya? And two, when you look at what has happened in the last 48 hours in UP, doesn't the SP look at this with regret? I mean, Raja Bhaiya, of course, is important because he has a political importance in UP that many other parties have realized in the past. But he's also bad news. He's trouble. The man has criminal cases against him. He is bad news. Is there any regret?
Nidhi, let us analyze what has happened in the last 48 hours. And before I put forward those points, I would like to say this is a very unfortunate incident that has happened, and our heart goes out to the family members of the deceased. It is unfortunate, even we are pained. But the responsibility and the duty of the state government was first and foremost to register an FIR, irrespective of how mighty or powerful the person who's named in the FIR was. That was done. Nobody is disputing that. Second, then the minister resigned immediately so that he could not influence the investigation and he could not use his office to influence the investigation. That was done. Third, 3 police officers were immediately suspended because they were duty bound to ensure that their senior officer was protected, and they should have stayed with the senior officer, which they didn't. Fourth, arrests were made as per the FIR, and now investigation is being done. Fifth, the Chief Minister, Mr. Akhilesh Yadav, was sensitive enough to visit the family members of the deceased to inquire what exactly is what they want from the administration. And after that, listening to the family members, he ordered a CBI inquiry, which itself shows the bona fides of the CM.